Hi there, it's Lorraine Jones again from the Methodist Church. Lovely to be back with you today. I've got a bit of a friend here with me today. Can you see? My gorgeous dragon. This is Princess Bernard. Don't ask. But today, when I was preparing this, there seemed to be featuring a lot of dragons in this little talk. So I thought, let's just go with it. We've got a mascot. How cute. How cute. So he's going to be sitting there keeping an eye on us. There we go. All right, Princess Bernard, you'll be fine. So, why am I talking about dragons today? What I'm actually going to be talking about is all about change. And actually, that can be a bit scary sometimes. So, it made me think about the times when, in centuries ago, when explorers used to go around, just go around in their boats trying to map out continents and things like that. And of course, there was so much of the world that they hadn't discovered yet, and there were some areas that just seemed a bit scary, and they had no idea what was going to be out there. And so on the map, they would often mark, "Here be dragons." Probably they'd seen whales or something like that, but in their mind, because they didn't know what this was all about and what was out there, then actually it seemed really, really scary. And now we know more, when people go travelling, it's really not that scary. Maybe a little bit, depending on whether you like travelling or not. Okay, so change can be a bit like that. So I'm thinking that if you're going to go to high school, um, well, all the change we're going to have at the minute, we don't know how it's going to look like exactly and how people are going to feel coming out, and it's all going to be a bit strange. And are we going to have to wear masks? Or are we not going to have to wear masks? Are we allowed to see 3 people, 6 people? How's this going to look? Are we going to be allowed to go to the park with our friends? Are we not? And we've just got no idea. And actually, change can be a bit scary. It might not be scary. It might be one of those people that absolutely love change and just see it as a bit of a challenge. And we might all be a bit fed up of seeing the same 4 walls at the minute. So we might be ready for a change. But change can still be quite scary. So that's why we've called it Here Be Dragons. Because what we tend to do is we imagine the worst, don't we? So when we go to high school, there's dragons and there's witches and there's horrible people and people flushing your head down the toilet and it's awful and actually once we find out a little bit more, it's usually not quite that bad and there aren't quite so many dragons, if any. Okay, so now how can we go about being ready for change? And that's what it's all about. Resilience is all about being ready. We're never going to know what life's going to hold in store for us, but being ready that things will change, being ready for anything almost, can help that. But that's quite a difficult thing. How are we going to go about that? Well, let me give you an example. And here's where the dragons come in again. I went to Legoland last year and we got onto a roller coaster called the Dragon. And I'm not very good with roller coasters, but what do we do before we go on a roller coaster? We put all our valuables to one side. And what else do we do? Oh, we get ourselves strapped in, don't we? Maybe don't wear silly flip-flops that are just going to fall off on the ride. Really strap ourselves in, and we might take on a friend for that moral support, because I'm not very brave when it comes to roller coasters. So we prepare ourselves, don't we? And because I'm not very good with roller coasters, I have to prepare myself mentally as well. I have to take a few deep breaths and go, okay, I'm ready. And usually it's not quite that bad, but I don't like that feeling. That feeling where your stomach ends up by your ears? Don't like that. So that's where I am with roller coasters. But then when we think about these roller coasters, actually, that is our life, isn't it? There's ups and there's downs, and we get rocked about and we get thrown about, and it really is quite hard. And the fact that we've prepared doesn't stop us from being thrown about. It doesn't stop us from having tough times in our life. But we feel that little bit readier and certainly a bit safer, don't we? The fact that almost buckled in and we've got a friend beside us. Okay, now I hope that makes a little bit of sense. But what can we do about it? How can we get that bit of resilience? How can we get ready for the changes that are going to come over the next few weeks and months? Because there's going to be plenty. We're not exactly sure what they're going to look like at this stage, but there'll be plenty. How do we get ready for that? When actually we're probably really tired and fed up and like have you lost energy? I feel like I've lost energy. But how do we just keep going and just get ourselves ready for the next bout of change? Okay, so there's a few things we can do, and we're not just talking about the next few months. We could be talking about anything that changes in life. So yeah, I know some of you will be going on to high school soon, so that's another big change. You might move house. What else might you do? Oh gosh, anything that might change. You might get a new sibling or change schools, whatever it is. There's all sorts of things that can happen. It helps us to be ready. Okay, now how can we do that? There's lots of different things we can try, and it will depend on the type of change that you're going to be facing. So now we've talked about that change being a bit scary. Here be dragons. So what it can help is finding out more about the change. So if you're going to high school, okay, so let's find out a little bit more about it. Okay, so how am I going to get there? You might be worried about finding your way around. Okay. Actually, I found out that I get a map when I get there. Okay, that's good. So there's all these little things that you can find out that will just help that scary unknown become known, and then it doesn't seem quite so bad. Because often we are quite scared of the unknown. We like often our own little comforting world where we know exactly what's going on, and I guess it's linked to that feeling out of control. So knowing a bit more about that big change that's coming, it helps you get some of that control back. Okay, what else have we got? Often you just need to give yourself time. When you first find out something new, it might be quite a shock. And then your brain does go, oh, it's big scary change. Here be dragons. It's awful. It's just going to be horrible. It's going to be, oh. And actually, once your brain starts to get used to the idea and starts to adjust and starts processing what's actually going to happen, because it's that fight or flight impulse, isn't it? That's really just kicked in. It's just gone, no, 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 it's danger, it's unknown, it's all scary. And I guess it's just your brain trying to keep you safe. But actually, once your proper thinking brain starts to work and kick in, you can go, okay, so it means that this will happen, or I'll walk just all that way, or this will happen, or actually, and whatever that change means, you'll start thinking about it. So you just need to give yourself time. Okay, let's see. Now then, it's always good to try and look for the positives as well, because sometimes, and when you're going through it, it's really difficult to see the positives. It really is. But often there's some things in there. So for example, this whole of lockdown, while it's just been awful for so many, and we've lost our freedoms, we've lost those we've loved, we've lost so many things, there's also been some positives in there. I've found it absolutely fantastic that friends and neighbours have really come together to help each other out. And you know what? I think the environment's really liked not having all those pollutions pumped into the air quite so much as well. So the environment's benefited as well. So there are positives in there. So it might be actually, I don't know, you're moving house. Oh, okay, I don't want to move house. Or actually, you might get a bigger bedroom. So it's things like that. Looking for those little positives. Okay, and what else have we got here? Right. Okay. So often it's good to break down those changes and those new challenges into bite-sized chunks. So let's see, what might it be? So, okay, so you might be, actually, do you know what? It might be quite scary going out for the first time. And I'm sure a lot of adults feel this, feel a little bit nervous. They've been cooped up and inside for so long that going out again is going to be really quite scary. So we build it up. Okay, so I might just walk to the post box today. Okay. Okay, I might walk into the village today. Okay. Oh, I might go into the coffee shop today, when the time comes, obviously. So, okay, I might go into another shop today. And you just start building up. So that scary thing just becomes a bit more comfortable. Okay, break it down if you can. Okay, and remember we talked about that roller coaster and having a buddy beside you to give you a bit of courage or laugh at you, as my family did. So, yeah, what you can do is you can talk to them or maybe find someone that's been through it before. The word of warning, if you are going to talk to older brothers or sisters about going to high school or anything like that, because they may want to wind you up. But talk to other people that you can trust to tell you the truth, to really just give you a good idea and reassure you about this change that's coming, and be able to give you that bit more of information, or just go, yeah, I know it's hard, isn't it? But, we'll get through it together, be okay. So having that person with you is really good as well. And also, be good to yourself. It's tough going through change and everybody reacts differently to change. So just be good to yourself. And we've talked about doing things that are like a self-comfort thing before, and self-care as well, looking after yourself. And, whatever it is, going out for nice walks, giving cute little teddies a cuddle and things like that. So whatever it is, make sure you are looking after yourself, because change is going to be happening over the next few weeks and months. And what we don't know what it is, so that makes it that little bit scarier. But don't worry, I'm sure there's no dragons. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye, see you next time.